everyone. Welcome back.
We're back.
We're back. I'm Jimmy D, your host, here from Humbro, and another fellow Humbro, Spencer Herndon. Today, we're going to cover up our first matchup. Today is the Duel League, not to be confused with the Duel Commander series that we're doing over at LifeLink Games. It's going to be a little bit separate. It's got its own thing. We got a 5 proxy allotment. We got some great prizes for it. This is something hosted by Chris. He's doing a lot to help out you guys out in the community. Seriously, big shout out. If you haven't been to his website, please do. If you haven't been to his store, please do. Yeah. We're out there all the time. We love helping people out. I know people come and just ask me random things about their deck, and I'm just like, yeah, let's do it. Let's start looking up some card combos.
We're all there to help people.
Yeah. And I love the brews.
Bring the community together.
Yes. People put together these interesting brews. You were talking about that earlier. Like they had these great interesting brews that top and Fenton with Scamp out of nowhere. Yep. And your brew was completely new.
It wasn't mine, but
it wasn't yours, but it was completely new. And that's just shows you like the fun that Magic can provide for people. So we get to watch today. At your left is going to be Zak Feldon, who got top 4 last league, right? He got the top 4 place last league.
Yes, yeah. He lost to Casey.
Casey Mills, one of our fellow Humbros.
And then Casey had to face Tony for the trophy. And Tony, took the second one down.
That video's
Let's hope he doesn't take another one down.
Yeah, we'll see. I do love the life counter here.
Are those crowns on there?
Crowns. Crowns.
Does he eat those?
I think he eats those. I think he eats
the
those.
mono red player eats
crowns.
All Zach plays is red cards. Right. So we call him the Crown Eater.
Player.
We call him the Crown Eater, and he's taken that into account. And
this is his new.
He brings crowns, and I think that's his deck box now, or not the deck box, but it's a. Obviously, you're not fitting 100 cards in that. So it's his dice box.
Yes. And then
so he's playing with the joke.
Yeah, I love it. He just owns it. It's one of the things I love about being in the community is you can get these nicknames and just play off each other and just have some fun. These two have been riffing at it for back and forth for the last week and a half now.
Oh, yeah.
And I've loved watching it.
We've been waiting for this game for so long.
I've been eating popcorn. Like, I want to be eating popcorn live on this channel now. I just want to.
Tony's coming in with the confidence from winning 2 Duel Commander Leagues back-to-back and then winning the Duel Commander Cup. After facing 3 Feldons, he knows he's facing Feldon again. He's probably feeling pretty good going into this game.
Really good. I couldn't agree more. And I believe that
this is the worst part about this format. I'm sorry,
Tony
shuffling.
But Tony's got the play, right? Because he's at the higher seed.
Yes.
So one of the downsides about playing with red,
yeah, that is a big advantage for the control deck. Yeah. To not have to be on the draw against the mono red aggro deck that's trying to beat you before you can stabilize.
Because what does red do? It gets underneath you, burns you out, takes that 20 life. This is a 20 life game, so those other commander players understand. Duel Commander's 20 life.
20 life. 1v1. There's no 40 life. It used to be 30 life, but they changed to 20 like a couple years back.
Mm-hmm. To make the games a little bit faster, because we do know that we want to play the best of 3. Yep. And commander games can go a long time.
Yes.
The nice thing about here is there's no politics. It's just you versus your opponent. And
you don't have to worry about the person to your left or the person diagonal to you.
Right. What 1,000 answers there could possibly be in the format. And a lot of players, I'm not shaming it. I think you guys like it. Absolutely.
Multiplayer Commander's cool.
Yeah. CDH, we got a lot of people that come out here, play over at LifeLink Games and do the CDH stuff. I know that Court is probably the best guy to talk to about that format. The man is a genius when it comes to brews. I love what he put out there. Court is actually on Atraxa too. And
in the Duel Commander League.
Duel Commander. And I think, didn't he get knocked out?
I actually think all the Atraxa players are gone now.
Except for this one. I mean, we just got Tony here.
Yeah.
So we got Tony as the last representative of Atraxa in the format.
Yep. I think for all the top came into the top 8 with like 4 or 5 Atraxas.
The top 16, yeah.
Top 16.
Top 16, 4 or 5, and they just all got knocked out.
Yeah.
It just interesting to say
it's been the control deck to choose for the past 3 or 4 months.
One of the most oppressive decks out there.
I will say, though, Eris just topped it on the percentage chart, and that card came out 2 weeks ago.
Dude, that card has been amazing. we showcased this thing for you guys. You were on it. Unfortunately, I wish we would have gotten on coverage and let you guys know what's going on. Looks like he's going to go for
so we got a mulligan for Zach, and I think Tony kept his 7.
Yeah, but you were on that deck, right?
On Eris?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us
deck's busted. It's a turn 2, or not turn 2. It's like turn 3 commander, and it makes, so it's a 8 blue and a red, so 10 mana commander. It's a 4/4 with flying and prowess. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, you make another 4/4 with flying and prowess.
It's a dragon.
But like I said, it's 10 mana, but it costs 2 less for each mana value among instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard.
Yes.
So basically, you're trying to you're playing all these cycling cards where it's like just 1 mana cycle, draw a card. So you discard it, draw a card, it puts it in your graveyard. That's a mana value.
Absolutely.
And you're playing a bunch of these where like they have different mana values. Like one's like 5 mana, one's 6 mana, one's 4 mana.
Lower and reveal
so
to
like,
go cycle.
You go like turn 1, cycle my Lorien reveal. Turn 2, cycle 2 more cards. Now you have 3 different mana values in there.
Yeah.
And then like turn 4 is usually when Eris comes out, but there is Quiet Speculation in the deck, which is 1 in a blue sorcery. Go grab 3 flashback cards from your deck and put them in your graveyard. So if you play that on 2, you can guarantee a turn 4 or turn 3 rather. Play your commander for 2 mana and then play a spell with it and get a 4/4.
Oh yeah.
And I will say this card is so dumb. I have had it killed 3 to 4 times in a game and still cast it for 2 mana. It gets around the command attacks.
They're ready to go. We're ready to go. We'll get into it. Starting off here.
We've got a Ponder. Tropical Island into a Ponder on 1 for Tony. So he gets to set up his draw. He could have kept a risky hand with like 2 lands, and this will let him find the lands he needs. Like,
absolutely.
These cantrips are super good in this format.
Risky, I think, honestly, going up against Mono Red to give him that turn 1 play for free.
Well, like I said, he might have been setting up his hand.
Absolutely. What's this?
G2 Lava Runner.
All right. Is this guy haste?
No. I think it has to... Maybe it does. I'm sorry.
It does have haste.
It might not be a Lava Runner.
I think that might actually... No, this is the new card from... let's stop this. Outlaws. He's attacking this one. I actually played this in my limited series. So this little monkey right here comes out as a 1-drop first strike and haste, and you can pay 3 mana and sack it and create treasure and draw a card. Yes, Reckless Lackey.
Pay 3 mana, sack it and draw a card. That's pretty good.
And create a treasure. Wow. So you get some extra value.
It's really like 2 mana, but you have to have 3 mana activated, but you get a mana back.
Still, when you want to get the first one in for a quick attack.
And when it's not relevant
1/2 first strike haste,
you just draw a card and make a treasure. So that's pretty solid.
That is a solid stick. I want to try something like that.
Yeah. Wow. That is really good.
Really good. Gets rid of those Death Toucher little 1/1s and stuff that people might be putting for blockers. Fantastic new ad. I like that. I like this new tech. And that's how open Duel Commander is.
I'm glad that Zach is in here because you're going to have to remind us some of these
red cards.
I'll know a few of them, but a lot of them might not know.
That's why we love the community, and that's why we need, and soon we'll have our own producer in here that'll be starting to put these cards into the chat group for you.
It'll make it a lot easier. We've got a preordained now.
Yeah.
So Tony's just sculpting his hand. He's cast 2 cantrips now and like reoriented the top of his deck. So like he's seen like 5 cards already on turn 2.
Yep.
So like he's setting his hand up to beat this.
Yeah. It makes sense. Going with a tap line doesn't obviously not gonna take the shock. That's a nice little hollow fountain. Doesn't want to shock himself and give Tony an advantage of 2 more life points here.
That's a Mishra's Factory.
Yep.
Into Feldon.
Into Feldon. 3. Yep. Shield's down, so he's got an easy 3 damage coming in. Feldon the commander just lets you look deeper in your deck when it takes damage.
I think that's the new secret layer. Is that a new one or was that a little while ago?
Yeah,
I don't remember. No, that one wasn't with the sword. It looks like the Swords of Flash that just came out though.
Being on the card, we'll see Proxy quite a bit here. Check out Matt's modifications that we abbreviated earlier, guys.
So with the proxies, that's going to save
Magic
you
proxies.
Probably like $400 right there.
Right?
Just those 2 lands.
Get yourself a nice little Matt's proxies.
We got a Teferi to bounce the Feldon. That's a good play.
That's a really good play.
Yeah, that's
it doesn't take the damage. Yep. So it's an old secret layer according to Zach here.
Okay.
The crayon box comes out. Our Crown Eater is prepared.
I just want to know the banter that was going on during this game.
Oh, I know.
I wish we could hear it.
Sometimes I do. Like, there's so much chaos going to these stores. It's so hard. You don't want to.
We do a lot of trash talking, though. So some of those things we can't put on the camera.
Or this is not good for safer television. Who remembers Nickelodeon? Did I just date myself?
We're probably going to see the 2 come at Tony and then the 1 come to kill the Teferi.
Absolutely. Wow. 14. He's got 6 on turn 3.
So Zach has to try to kill him before turn 5.
Is that a Riftbolt here?
Yes, Suspended Riftbolt.
Suspended Riftbolt.
So if Tony can live to 5, he can put out a Dream Halls and then cheat out the Atraxa. We don't know that Tony has it, but he's seen like 6 cards already.
Absolutely.
So you got to try to kill them before turn 5.
I mentioned
Atraxa's 7 mana, but really like they have a way to play it
to get on 4 or 5. Yeah, that's right. Dream Halls being one of the cards that we probably want to see banned.
Or they can Dark Ritual into it on 5 as well.
True.
So
yeah,
there are ways to get it out
7/7 LifeLink.
It's
like brutal for
the aggro deck.
For the aggro
not
decks.
Good.
It's got another
got a Glacial Fortress here.
Glacial Fortress, that's right. Yep. 4 mana. It's gonna be on Tony here to try and come up with something to establish. I don't know if he has any creatures that have lifelink.
He's got 3 damage coming in at the upkeep if he doesn't hold up a counter for it, and then he's also got 3 on the ground.
Creatures,
so like This is the perfect start of creature to burn spell ratio that you want in the aggro deck.
Pass the turn.
So pass.
Looks like it's going to hold
like a Wandering Emperor or something, maybe. Or
that'd be
just a Memory Deluge.
Wandering Emperor would be a great little tempo play. Get yourself some 2 life on that exile. Get rid of and a good way to get rid of Feldon, so you're not doing any damage. And you can't draw the cards.
See what happens here.
Yeah, Tony. No care.
Memory
all right,
Deluge
goes in.
Is what I'm calling.
Likely Memory Deluge. Already at 8 points on turn 4. Lava Spike.
Yep.
Here's another 3. 2 mana open.
5.
5. Excuse me.
Chain Lightning.
Chain Lightning.
Jeez.
Here finally comes in an answer from it. Ghost Spiral. That gains some life, doesn't it?
No,
it just
puts a land into play.
Draw a card and put an extra land into play. And I don't think Tony has a whole lot of life gain outside of maybe.
And this is really big if the Feldon player can win on the draw, because that means that Tony will be on the play game 2,
and they get game 3.
And then if Tony wins game 2, Feldon will be on the play on turn 3, game 3. So like if he can win the game 1 on the draw, that is huge for the entire match.
I've seen him stabilize before. I mean, the Growth Spiral is going to wrap him out to that turn 5 Atraxa to try and get the life back, but I don't know if this Chain Lightning is going to just be the game for him here. And I love that he's got a land here. The lands are really difficult for Atraxa players.
1 damage to him.
Yeah, and now he can't fetch.
I mean, he can, but I'm just saying it deals 1 to him.
Yeah, going to
2. Got to go to 1 if he wants to fetch.
Yeah.
Do you want to grab that Surveil land? Yep.
Yep. He's going to 1.
I mean, he has to. Like, he's got so much he has to deal with here. Like, he has to deal with the board, and also Zach still has 3 cards in hand. There's probably another burn spell in there.
Absolutely. Another interesting thing about here is that and I don't think Tony would fall for this, but imagine the board state where he tries to ramp out in that turn 5 with Atraxa. If he doesn't block this First Strike Monkey, he just loses.
Yeah.
Because the way First Strike works, he wouldn't get the damage on the Feldon.
Yep.
So it obviously
we're not going to see that from Tony.
Yeah, he's a professional player, but one of the mechanics that we do want to explain to you, that First Strike damage has its own timepiece. So if he'd get First Strike in before they go to the life gain with the normal from Atraxa, doesn't matter.
Combat damage,
normal combat damage won't help you, won't save you. Obviously, I mean, 2-time champ's not going to fall for that trick.
No. 2-time champ, Duel Commander Cup winner.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to fall for that. But just something for you guys at home.
But he is at 1. Yeah. So, like, there are so many things that kill him here, even after he deals with the board here.
Absolutely. Shoot, if Tony can put out 2 First Strikers.
Even if he deals with the board, there's a Mishra's Foundry right there to kill him. Mishra's Factory, rather.
Memory Deluge, that was a card you thought he had. He ended up milling that with the Surveil. Let's see if he's going to go into Atraxa. It's a risky play to tap out here against Burn.
Well, he doesn't even have the mana for Atraxa. He would have to have Dream Halls or a Dark Ritual.
Mm-hmm. Cut down, getting rid of that little First Striker.
I wonder why you targeted that over the
Feldon.
He might have Dream Halls.
It might be, but he's got to play with 2 different creatures. All right, big Teferi.
Bounce it. Okay. He's going to tuck Feldon 3rd, and then he's going to die to the land. Yeah,
the Mishra's Foundry is just going to be there, and
unless
that is something.
Solitude.
That's true. Solitude could be the answer here.
Yeah, he's just going to plus, so he's just looking for answers.
Yeah.
Untap 2 lands.
Okay. Some kind of interaction, maybe some removal. He's got to stop 2 attackers and a potential burn spell coming in the air, or coming out from Tony. Let's see, taps 1, goes for Phoenix Chick. It's a nice little 1/1 with flying. Activates the Mishra's Foundry, just scoops it up. That's 3 attackers, couldn't stop it.
Didn't even wait to see if he was going to swing them all at him.
Yeah, I don't think Zach is going to fall for hitting.
I do it all the time.
Do you really?
I sat there and I let them do it. I let them say where they're attacking, because sometimes they'll get psyched out and they're like, he's got something. I didn't have anything.
Yeah, that's a game 1 win from Zach.
That was
great
big.
Job.
Being on the draw, that was huge. Tony will be on the play this game again, and if Tony wins this game, Zach will be on the play for the last game of the match.
Yeah.
So
just put up that star to represent that win for him.
The win on the draw was huge for the Feldon deck.
Huge for Feldon. And it was one of the things that, like, there's some things that we want to bring to you guys on the channel, like Lily's nuances when playing Magic Gathering and paper and stuff you can't do really in Arena. And there's things like tricks of the trade. Like for me, I play a lot of things to get pumped and get stronger. So if anybody ever asks me what the total power of a certain creature is, I always follow with currently, or it has this much power right now. I always put the pressure on them to put them in constant reminder that there is the option that I could pump it at some point. I may not have it. And usually, because I'm in such a habit, I'll say it all the time regardless. I'll be tapped out.
About that today.
I'll be tapped out, and I'll still say it.
I cast a cut down on a Monastery Swift Spirit today.
They double check spell.
They had a pump spell, and it fizzles the cut down, which I thought once it was like targeted, it didn't matter if they pumped it. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Like your thing's still gonna die.
Nope.
But it checks it on resolution as well, and I didn't know that.
It's a good little sneak play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bait him into
It almost lost me my game against that.
And that's the important part when you're playing.
Because I had to go for the third, I could have just used, but I went for the cut down, and he had to pump spell, and I just didn't know that's how it interacted. If I would have just cast my go for the third.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got to time it right. And that's the thing where you play around black. Black is all about the timing. They usually like to do it on your turn, try to 2-for-1 you. And if you have like protection spells like I play, that is a perfect. Get them to play it first.
Yeah.
Don't jump into it. Don't allow them to get an easy 2-for-1. I was on Mold to 5 too, or Mold to 6 too.
Yeah, from Zak.
It looks like he's got 2 lands.
We're gonna have
and
Tony
spells.
on the play again here.
I love what I'm seeing. Searing Blade. He's got himself a DRC. It looks like he's got
Soulscar Mage.
Pianalar here.
Lightning Strike.
Lightning Strike. Is that a Soulscar Mage? Yeah, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to get one of those promos, man. I told you got to get one of those promos. They had those at those beautiful. I got 4 copies.
Secret Lairs?
Secret Lairs, yeah. Because I didn't have a single copy.
There's a retro framed Monastery Swift Spear promo that I've never seen before. I saw it in a booth today.
Okay.
I've never seen this before. It was a retro framed Monastery Swift Spear with it was a textured foil. So Tony's going to 6. I think Zak kept his 7.
Yeah. Oh, it looked good. I mean, 2 lands.
Yeah,
What else can the red
solid.
player like?
Yeah.
Dude, have you taken the judge course? Not trying to mock you or anything, but it's so useful knowing all the little interactions.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Absolutely.
I just like there's so many rules that like sometimes you just don't know everything.
Yeah, and you
Being
learn
a
from
judge
experience.
is obviously going to help you if you have that.
I know that the dual judge program kind of got. Was there some recent stuff where they like, kind of took away from
The Judge Foundry.
Yeah, Judge Foundries.
I don't know if they're not together anymore or something happened with like Wizards where they like.
Yeah, I know that they still have ways to go into the judge, but I mean, honestly, in our area, we've got some great judges.
Oh yeah,
we got some very knowledgeable players.
Saw a bunch of them at Richmond.
Oh yeah, I love judges that go around here. I did buy a lot of bling from Feldon down in Richmond this weekend. Well, did you buy the beautiful new Soulscar Mage?
I haven't seen those yet either.
It's gorgeous. Nice
new?
little secret there. I don't know if it's new, but when I saw him, I was like, I had to have him.
Okay.
It was so good. But yeah, I mean, the judge program's great.
Mystic Sanctuary tap for Tony,
Soulscar
and then we're going to
Mage.
see turn 1 Soulscar.
Could have been flexing that bling. Obviously, this happened before. So
Yeah.
Tony, Arid Mesa.
Passing of the turn. What counter spell are you holding up?
Right? That's all I'm thinking. Oh, that's a shame. So I guess it is pretty old. I have 4 copies if you're looking for one.
Zach, is there a reason you're playing all the snow-covered mountains, or is it just because they look cool?
Yeah, that's a good question.
You're playing Arkham's Astrolabe in your deck?
Maybe he just likes the full arts from the Snowlands. Is there a reason, Zach, that you're playing the Snowlands? Tony fetching. It's one of the benefits that red has is like all these fetches that exist in Duel Commander. It's an
not
easy
even
couple
red.
point.
Just, I mean, he's playing 4 colors, so you get to play like 9 fetch lands.
Yeah, but it's great for red because it's just extra incremental.
Oh yeah,
damage
yeah,
here.
yeah.
There was one card that cares.
But you're not really shopping
Ice
in this
Hide
format.
Golem.
So don't know what that is. That the 1 mana 2/2 that has to be played with a snow mana?
Ice Hide Golem.
I
Interesting.
think it's from Modern Horizons 1.
Yeah.
I think
we need to get
that's
that
the card
bottom
you're talking about. It's a 1 mana 2/2.
that
It's
goes
an artifact creature, has to be played with snow mana, I believe.
and why not, right? Because I mean, Snowlands are just as easy to play as the basics.
Yeah, it's not hurting you.
Yeah.
It's not like it doesn't tap for red.
Tony's doing some table math. What's going on here?
Yeah, 1 mana snow 2/2. Yeah, that card's pretty good.
I was seeing Tony was doing some table
Scred is a good card. There's a lot of that in Pauper.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Scred in your deck there, Zach.
Tony's playing the 4 color deck. He has to make sure all his colors are online. So fetching is always hard in this deck.
Yeah. It just going
Rafine's
for
Tower.
Rafine's Tower. Okay.
So he's got Esper mana up right now. He doesn't have any green.
Yeah.
Or any. I don't even know.
Real slow start.
Green. Yeah.
But right now, 4 power representing from Zach's side of the board. 6 if he puts out the commander. That creates that Pianalar creates a 2/1 hasty.
Yeah, Scred doesn't go face. It's just creatures.
Okay. Yeah, just creatures. All right, that makes sense. Tropical Island. Flexing that money, Tony.
He's about to pass the turn, but now he's thinking.
No, I was thinking. He's doing that table math. I love that table math. I love the table math. It's such a... Any of the guys played Yu-Gi-Oh! It was always like... table math. I got this in my head. Third land. All right. Hasn't missed his land drop. See, he's presenting 4 damage. That goes for the commander. All right. So now 6 damage representing the board. If Tony doesn't have an answer, it doesn't look like he responded to the Feldon play. Or is he? Shuffling up, wondering which one he wants to kill. Yeah. All right. Good call.
So before
Abrupt Decay going
in combat, before attacks. I guess before combat, because I think the 2/1 comes in.
Yes.
The regular comes in at combat, or is it at attack?
On attack, yeah. Healing on attacks brings us a 2/1.
Yeah, so.
Attacked and attacking. DRC the play. Notably just a 1/1 at the moment.
This is not looking good right now for Tony. He really needs like a verdict or something here.
Yeah. Verdant Catacombs, man. All the fetches. Going for Oko. Okay. Oko's an impressive card.
Make a food token?
Yeah.
Or are you turning something into a 3/3?
I imagine he's probably going for the food tokens at this point. And that 3 life actually matters in this game. The ability to just act.
He's at 15 though, and what does Zach have? Is
just like got Lightning Strike, Searing Blade. Looks like a Bomat Courier. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, Bomat Courier is nice too.
Yeah. Can't really tell. Card's a little bit covered up in the art here, but we'll wait till he plays these things. Yeah, went for food token. Smart play on Tony's side, I think, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
just having so much.
I was joking about the 3/3. I don't think you want to give them more power.
No, right, more power. Can you imagine?
That's a 2/2, a 1/2, and a 1/1.
I'm going to turn your DRC into a 3/3 because I'm so worried about this current 1/1 that doesn't turn into a 3/3 until he actually plays spells. But do note that the DRC is really good in this red deck. He's going to be able to
a lot of surveil. You can manipulate the top of your deck once it gets Delirium.
Free 6
swinging
life.
At the
all going to Oko. All going to Oko.
4 damage lightning strike.
Okay. Surveil trigger. I look like a Monastery Swiss Spear off the top. I'm lucky I play a lot of red green. I'm not the red master. Zach is the red master. But
the real Crown Eater.
Yep. Oko going to 0.
Okay,
yeah.
So some of those were swinging at Tony.
Okay.
Now we've got the Ice Golem he was talking about.
Ice Golem. Yep.
Ice Hide Golem.
Yeah. Ice Hide Golem.
We're grabbing a Surveil land here, I imagine.
Yeah. I would want to fix up my draw. And he's got to use 2 mana to deal with.
There's 4 creatures on the board. Like, if he does not find a Wrath, he's very out of this game.
Yeah. And he does play with them, guys. He's got a lot of Wraths. He's ready for the aggro.
You're running, like, Supreme Verdict, Toxic Deluge.
Oh, yeah.
Damnation, maybe.
Toxic probably being the worst.
There's probably at least 3 board wipes in the entire deck.
Toxic Deluge is the one that you had to pay life equal to.
So like that, the red player's probably not even going to care about.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to do 2 damage to you?
Yeah, I guess it would only be 2 damage. So
Zach's got a full grip of good resources, though. So I don't think he's too far out of it. I noticed he's been it looks like he's been trying to play around.
There's a decent amount of burn in his hand as well.
Yeah, he's been playing around the counter spells. You know, so he's been going creature focused. Wastes his turn. And he valued that 6 life that just got saved. Imagine Tony would be a 6 if all that damage would have gone to him.
Yeah.
But then he could have easily gotten 2 more food tokens to get that 6 right back.
Yeah.
So Zach really valuing getting that Oko off the board.
Yeah, you got to get that thing off the board. It gets out of control very fast. It doesn't seem as good as it is, and then you play it against it or with it, and it's like, this card is insane.
Hey, we got a Snap Keep on top here. All right, so we're going to see a board wipe?
And he thought about it a little bit.
It looked like a land. It just looked like...
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know.
He just needed to get his 5th land drop?
It was a Snap Keep. It was...
Yeah. Okay. And he liked it. I liked it enough to play it, so... what's off the top here? I can barely see it. Almost looks like... It looks like a Monastery...
show off in his hand as well?
It looks like a Monastery Swiss Spear here. I was wondering about him making his food a 3/3 and dwindling my board state. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's what ends up happening in that. They just turn their food into 3/3 blockers or whatever, or start beating you down with food tokens.
And he start blocking. He can block the Feldon, he can block the Soulscar Mage. It's like...
It was a Monastery Swiss Spear.
Yep. All right.
Searing Blaze in hand as well.
Monastery Swiss Spear the play. Yep, good read. Got it.
Man, this
is going to be an explosive swing.
Like, he's just drawn all of his creatures this game. It hasn't even been burn spells.
But he's got 2 prowess triggers here. He's got a Searing Blade. Looks like another burn spell. I can't recognize this one. Searing Blade coming out. It looks like he's going for it. Gonna target.
Yeah, so that one has to target a creature to be able to hit them for the damage. Yep. So he's just targeting his own creature.
His own creature that actually survives. Yeah. It would survive it and gets a prowess trigger.
Yeah, exactly. And the burn goes towards him.
Yep. Takes the 3 damage, puts him to 9. That's what we got here. 2 from prowess, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. With a 3 from the same blade. This is lethal. Counter that. This is absolutely lethal.
Or kill anything. He missed his surveil trigger, didn't he? Or did he?
No, he didn't miss his surveil trigger. The surveil trigger kept the lane on top. No, yes.
For the DRC.
Zach, shame.
I mean, we might have missed it. We were talking.
No, he was talking Searing Blade. I don't think he hit it.
I don't think he surveilled.
Shame, Zach. That's why we're here, though. We got to learn. Shame. I'm just kidding.
I didn't even spot. He might have even missed it when he cast the lightning strike, but
he didn't. I remember seeing the surveil. He kept
because he kept the Monastery Whisper. Yeah.
A Ganjo. Taking out the Soul Scar Mage.
Do you have a counter for the Searing Blaze?
Yeah.
I think Tony only has 2 cards in hand.
2 cards. I told you I missed a ton of triggers in DRC. Yeah, that's true.
You weren't lying.
You weren't lying.
We've only seen 1 so far, though.
Yeah, it's just 1.
You're talking yourself down a lot more.
Yeah.
Tony's going down to 5.
5. This lethal on the board state. Okay,
back up
3.
To 8. This is desperation.
Use that food.
If he doesn't get the board wipe here, he's pretty much done.
He's got to at least answer 2 of these creatures.
This is a desperation right here.
Yeah, Sorman's ransom, isn't it?
Sauron's ransom. This is desperation.
Ransom. Yeah. Tony going to be able to give him 2 cards.
He would have to find Toxic Deluge in one of these to even get this.
No, he's got. It looks like he's got a reprieve, a remand,
scrub land, reprieve, remand, and Snapcaster. Is that the other one?
Snapcaster and a scrub land.
None of those are doing anything here.
None of those help. But for those guys that don't know, Zach's going to build 2 piles for him, 1 face up, 1 face down. And
Tony gets to choose which one to go to his hand. The other one goes to the graveyard. And the ring tempts him for the creatures that he's going to attack with.
In this situation, because Tony's so desperate, I would put 1 card face up and just allow him to draw the other 3. Because I know the other 3 don't do anything.
Sure, but
I wouldn't even do the 2-1. I just, none of those cards do anything. But he's going for the remand and reprieve.
He's going to go for the face down one. Tony always picks the face down one.
He always seems to pick the face down card. He's touching it. I've seen him pick it up all the time.
Needs that land.
All right.
I think there was a cut down or something in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
Cut down the Feldon, block the Monastery. You're still almost dead.
Oh, 3 mana. He's got to answer this board state. He's not played any removal spells.
Are we close to Delirium at all for Zach?
He's got
creature, instant. No, we're only at 2.
Just 2.
Is Searing Blaze an instant? I can't remember if it's an instant or sorcery. It's an instant because he casts it in combat.
All right, here comes Snapcaster coming in. I don't remember him ever having played a removal spell at this point for 1 mana. Did he?
There was a cut down in the yard.
Was there a cut down?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he can get his cut down. So that's an answer for 2.
No, that was.
I think it was a previous game. I don't think he's played.
There isn't one.
Any removal here?
No.
So Zach's got an opportunity to respond. Get rid of this thing before blockers. Paying 3 mana. Oh, Zach, tell us.
I have no idea what that card is.
What did you just do?
Force of Will to 7. That must have been lethal as heck.
Yeah.
Abrupt Decay was the only
removal
spell, and he didn't have enough mana for it.
Not enough. Going to 2.
Needs a board wipe off the top. Did not draw it.
Fetching to go to 1.
Play Atraxa.
Seen this? Oh yeah, that's 7 to get Atraxa, but nope, Tony doesn't have any first strike, so he's gonna have to deal with this Atraxa.
Well, Zach doesn't have any first strike.
4 damage, no gain life, damage can't be prevented.
Oh wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay, but he countered it obviously with
the blood hand.
That would have been lethal, but he countered it. He used the last 2 cards in his hand to force a will that.
And he had to pay 1 life, so.
Yep. Oh, good grief. Tony at 1.
Atraxa coming down. Got to find a solitude here. I mean, you don't have to, but
no. But I mean, Tony doesn't.
It would be nice.
He's got to come up with a counter spell for at least 2 counter spells, maybe 3.
Tapped out, so he already used his Force of Will. He needs Force of Negation.
Yep, would be a good card for him right here. Archmage's Charm. It's Drawn and Lock, Orcish Bowmaster, Supreme Verdict.
Cling to Dust is big.
And another Swampland. So picks up the Swamp, picks up the Leyline, obviously. The one of the Orcish Bowmaster is going to be an easy pick.
He is tapped out, though, so he's at 1. There's 1 burn spell, and he's dead. He doesn't even have to go to combat.
Yep, and Zach knows this, because he knows every card in his hand at this point, because he's out. He's out of cards. He uses Force of Will as the last 2 cards. So Zach has perfect information and knows that there's nothing he can do.
He's just one burn fast. He's
got it. Feldon Epicure! Feldon Epicure for 1 damage! Doesn't even care! A card he plays in all of his... Oh my gosh!
Tony's picking those cards up.
Tony!
He's picking those cards up awfully
8.
fast. Zach's in top 8.
Zach,
not
Zach,
Tony.
Why am I saying that? Let's clip that wrong. Zach! Holy crap!
Tony's not in the top 8. Tony's going home.
I think Tony's got some matches coming up for the rest of the game because we do have 3 matches left coming up from that Duel Commander that happened just after this. But Zach, Zach taking down the 2-time champ. The 2-time champ with the Feldon Epicure.
Swift too. 2-0.
He was so excited.
On the draw, he won.
Did you see how excited he was when he got that? Oh my gosh.
I gotta